Hey everybody, still here. So it's been a while, I know. So we're back on the Buick for a little while. Trying to get the interior wrapped up and get it all wired and engine going so we can get this wrapped up and give it back to Jerry. So in the meantime, we got the dash pulled out and get new gauges put in it. Let's flip this around to show it to you. Here it is. All candy apple red and stuff. That's pretty nice. You can see it, looks pretty good. So, got new gauges for it. So, it's hard to find the gauges because we had a kind of an odd size hole. So, I thought I had it nailed down, but they seem to be a little bit shy. So, what I did was I bought these O-rings, like that one there. And by doing that, it gave it just enough to make up the difference. And this was a really bad one. Now, these are made by New View. I think it's the name of the company. They're made by NVU, New Vintage USA. They're nice. I like it because the cool thing is they come with a nice pigtail. So it saves having to wire them all separately and run, you know, this big ass harness in the back of the gauges. So anyway, there's two in there. Here's the last one. One thing I didn't like, not that it's their fault or anything, but well, I guess kind of is. I don't know why, but they put the tack bigger than the speedometer. I would normally put the speedometer as the main gauge. You know what I mean? Anywho, that's what they look like. Look nice, you know. But like I said, it should have the speedometer up here, I think. Anyway, Jerry will figure it out. It'll get on the road still, and it looks real nice. Jerry took the chunk, got stuff kind of polished out. There's no sense of going crazy with it, but it came out really clean. I mean, it's got some pits in it here and there, but when it's all assembled, it'll look nice in the car. So anyway, I'm gonna put this thing together and I'll give you another shot of it and we'll go from there. Bye now. So here's a dash all reassembled with the new gauges in it. So pretty nice, the candy apple red. There's the old style clock we got, so we're gonna send the clock out to get rebuilt, have them change the color so it matches these. So we'll send that out next week. We also gotta send out the ignition switch to get that taken out, get a key made for that. So anyway, we're making progress. I think it looks pretty cool. Let's start getting the wiring done on the Buick and put this in the Buick and on the next thing. So there you go, there's a dash. Bye now. So there is the harness, the way it comes basically out of the box. All the areas are already kind of separated for you, okay? So you have, you know, this is probably what, steering column? And you have main harness goes out the back probably. And this is your dash harness, which, I mean, look at that. You're never gonna use all that. So so here's your brake lever, okay? I had to cut, there's little stands here. I cut them back to get the thing tucked up a little further into the back here. And when they make the kick panel, they'll have to go around it and make a little cover for this thing, or I'll make it. So when they cover it, it'll be, you know, you won't see it, okay? The dash comes down to here anyways. So, but like I said, I want it easy to get to. Nothing worse than having to lay on your back or unbolt stuff to get to your fuse box, you know? Sometimes the glove box is the way to go, but man, I like them. This is really the way to go. Otherwise, I think they look hokey in a glove box. So anyway, I'm gonna pull these wires out and lay them out, and we're going to go from there. All right, bye now. All right, so here's the pigtails I made. These actually plug in the back. This is a speedo. This is the tack. This is a quad gauge, got the oil pressure and so on and that. So they all use the same headlight switch. They all use the same power. They all use the same ground. So I made a little section for them off the car. So now I'm gonna go put this in the car, and then we're gonna solder everything and then put the heat shrink on it. So under the hood, as of right now, we got everything run. I have the 3 main harnesses coming out of this, basically the stock location of the firewall. Normally, I would have brought them out below in the bottom area, but we have a stock firewall, and I just wanted to do the stock. So, but I kept it clean, everything comes down nice and tight. We got the engine harness going over here. Everything that runs the engine harness is in there. Okay, the starter's over on the other side. We have to run that down the other side and plug that in yet. Nothing's plugged in, it's just all run. We have the headlight harness running down the side here on the inner apron, and we have, what else is there? The headlight harness. Oh, with the rear harness is here. Now also the rear harness, normally I would run down across the back of the body, but the way this body works and the way the trunk is kind of closed off from the back, I just run down the frame line and bring it up to the back of the car. So and the catch that we're gonna put an electric fuel pump on it and and hook up the gas tank underneath the car anyway. So we'll catch them as we go back to back. Up here in front, we got around out here, so it comes down here kind of clean. Runs like my fingernail, so it goes down here. This is left headlight. The right side's over there. I have yet to, I gotta run some tubing out to the headlights on both sides and run the wires out to the headlights. Now, you can't use this stuff. Well, you can, I guess. I don't like to though. I like to run it through a hose so that it doesn't get beat up by the stuff like coming off the tire on the car. What else is there? That's about it for now. We got, like I said, I think it was pretty clean. So, and then in here, so as you can see, the beautiful organization of all the wiring. It's always a mess until you get it all in place. Anyway, so we're gonna pop out the glass. The glass comes inside the vehicle, so it pops inside. So I'm taking down the centerpiece here that holds the screw to the outside chrome out there. And then I'm going to pop the glass out of it, and I'm going to get the new rubber out and put the new windshield in it. Probably gonna, actually I might have to put the dash in first. I think I might have to put the dash in first before we get the, before the glass, because the glass is held in by the windshield frame, and I think the windshield frame goes over top of the dash. So anyway, I want to get the old window out first. So that's my first windshield removal in a car of this generation. I was under the impression that the stainless just crimped over top of the metal, but actually it holds the window in also. It has a small thin piece of rubber that comes out and goes over the window opening, and then the trim holds it into the over top of the rubber. I don't know if this is above my pay grade with this glass in or not. I'm gonna give it a try, but I don't know. In the meantime, I need to clean up the area around the window to put some, probably some Pore 15 around the window so it doesn't corrode any worse than it already is. It's not too bad, really. It's just most of these little bits and stuff. So I'm gonna clean it up, and then I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to try to put the glass in. I was gonna wait until they put the headliner in, but it looks like the glass will be out of the way of the headliner. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the glass in it, and then when they get done, put the headliner in, and I'll put the window trim in. Okay, so there's a dash installed, basically just screwed into place. There's the tack, which should be in the speedometer, but anyway. So these are the pigtails that comes with the harness, with the gauges. So I wired them into the gauges. It has some extra options that I put off to the side just in case later on you want to add it. Some things, you know, they're never going to add. Some things are possible. And I label everything tack, because all of them are the pigtails themselves are all the same. So that one's a quad gauge. You'll see back inside here. Let's see this. right there. That one there. That's for the AC. Later on, if he adds AC, you can see the stock switch right there, which I crimp and solder and heat shield each one of my connections. I don't like anything coming apart. This is the original switch goes. They have the knob outside, but see how it fits in the dash. So I had to adapt it to fit the wiring harness. I put the fuse box. It's still not quite all the way up yet. Like I said, kind of hanging there because I'm having to reroute wires. But it'll be off the side, out of the way of the emergency brake. But there wasn't a whole lot of place to put it, and I wanted to be able to be accessible, and nothing worse than not being able to get to your stuff. Also, I make this accessible, or I make it serviceable. So each one of these harnesses you'll see back in here, the different ones that are wrapped up with the plastic casing, each have a system. Like one here goes the dash and the lights. One is for the ignition switch. There's the ignition switch wires. It'll use the original ignition switch, which is a little bit of a problem also, because it has just on and off. It doesn't have a start button. Normally you would have hit probably the gas pedal or the brake or something like that, or I mean the clutch, and it would have started. But anyway, I'm going to put a start button underneath here, so I have a start button, and then it'll have the key switch, so no one can really steal it anyways unless you have the key. This is the harness for the DAT with the column I haven't put in yet. Excuse me. That goes in next. The relay I'll tuck up under the dash. Below are the wires for the bright light switch, which I'm going to change out for a new unit. And it'll plug in from the inside. So anyway, it's coming along. It's getting in the car as a feat in itself. And now I'm going to attach the last part of the gauge package across the front here. And then bolt in the bottom areas across the bottom, and then I'm going to put the bracket in to hold the steering column, and then hopefully get the steering column in it tomorrow. Maybe today, but probably tomorrow, realistically. So, anyway, looking pretty sweet. Can't really see the color because of the light kind of on it, but that candy apple red is beautiful. Anyway, bye now.